She's filming. Is that on already? Yeah.
Say hey, she please.
Say hi to camera.
Say hi to camera, people. He has not seen you, it just sees me. That's great. We're actually filming, which probably means I ought to put my foot down and be prim and proper. We are actually recording this evening because it's all going to be uploaded to YouTube for anybody who's missed tonight, or if any of y'all want to look back over anything that we may have covered that you want to see again. So if I glance this way a lot, it's because that camera freaks me out. Hello and welcome to Mississippi River Home Educators' first ever Homeschool 101. This is a year in the making. This was a brainchild of several moms who have been homeschooling for a while. We get a lot of questions from new moms and people who are questioning, how do I, what do I, how, and we don't mind answering those questions. That's exactly what the Facebook page and website is for. But at the same time, it's a lot easier to gather you together under one roof and say, let's just tackle it all. Top to bottom, frontwards, sidewards, and every way back, and answer as many questions tonight as we can. And if we still have questions lingering, by all means, ask away, flood the Facebook page, and we'll get to you one by one and answer as much as we can, or refer you to whoever can answer them if we can't. Because that's what we're for, is to help you any way we can. This is a journey we're doing together, which is the beautiful part about it. So, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. I'm going to do my best to honor it tonight and stay on target and not ramble too much. I hope. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I'm going to start off tonight by talking a little bit about some of the boring stuff. I guess I ought to actually introduce myself. I'm Amy Browning, and I'm part of the administrative team for, or the support team for MRHE. I am logistical support, which means I handle coordination of our field trips and all of our group activities. Any questions you might have, any way we can help you with all the logistics of homeschooling. And to my left is Katie Wright, who is our online support, our social media lady, our tech guru.
Hardly.
Which means you have it. Okay. And to my right is Sherry Roberts, who is our mom's support person. She is the lady who coordinates all of our moms meeting and mom encouragement, because dads, I know y'all are important too, and we're working on that. But when y'all are with the kids day in and day out, sometimes you just need a mental and emotional break too, and that's who we lean on for that bit of rescue from insanity. It's kind of hard to determine, because sometimes when we get together, we're laughing so hard. Sometimes it really is. I don't know which one's more insane, staying home or going out. It's a bunch of fun. But right now, the three of us are the support team for MRHE, and we will be filling more positions on the team as the group continues to grow. So that's the technical stuff. Now let's talk about some logistics. The reason I'm up here. Homeschooling. What's required of you? What does the state require of you? What does the government require of you? How much? How little? What do I do? How do I do this thing that I've suddenly decided I'm going to do? How do I start? Each state requires different things. Some more, some less. There is not a straightaway across the board regulation from state to state. Some states, such as Alabama, requires a charter school, an umbrella school, which basically is a group of families that have come together and have created a private organization, school group, and the parents homeschool individually and corporately under the umbrella of this charter school. Alabama requires a lot more. Through the charter school, you have to have testing, you have to have reports and documentation. Hi, ladies. There's a lot required of you. Come on in. also a lot like Alabama. They require a lot. The state requires a lot for parents. But guess what, y'all? We're in Mississippi. Guess what Mississippi asks of us? It's a blessing, but it's also a little nerve-wracking because since there aren't standards and regulations, you have some parents who go and do it all, and some who don't do near as much. And sometimes that's a little nerve-wracking trying to decide, how much do I do and what's required and what's not required. In the state of Mississippi, you have the freedom to decide what and how much you do with your child because the child is yours. One would hope that because you're homeschooling, you would want the best for your child, and as such, you would be testing and seeing that they're accomplishing and that you're buying curriculum that fits their needs and that you're teaching and you're getting that feedback and making sure that they're growing. But as far as the state goes, they don't care at all. The state requires one thing from you, and only one thing. Before September 15th of every year, typically about the time kids go back to public school is when we tell parents to do this, but between the time kids start school and no later than September 15th, you must go to the compulsory attendance office. The compulsory attendance office currently for the city of Vicksburg is located in the second floor of Grove Street. Do you all know where Grove Street is?
Call.
It is,
You go down Mission 66, it's like right there.
thank
Yeah.
you. I was like,
Yeah.
it's located on that street. It's Grove and,
When you turn on Clay, you turn right from Clay. If you're coming up Clay,
yes.
and you turn right onto Mission 66 by where that gas station is, then you go down to the next stoplight and take on, Grove was right there. I don't know if you go left or right, but it's right there.
Grove Street is the big school, off of Mission 66, it's right off of Clay and Grove Street. It's a big 2-story school, but when you go in, it's where all the trouble kids are.
Oh.
They have a police officer
Oh, wow.
and a gate downstairs, but metal detectors. But it's okay because when you go, you don't actually have to go up to the compulsory attendance office. At the guard's desk, right there by the front doors, they will have a sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Used to be little cards, and they vary year to year. It depends what the attendance officer decides she's going to print out, and some years she cuts them in half, and some years she just runs sheets of paper. It varies every year. It never is the same. But there'll be a sheet of paper sitting there at the guard's desk. You go in, tell them you intend to homeschool. They will hand you this piece of paper. On the piece of paper, we'll ask for your child's name, address, phone number, what grade they will be in this year, what school grade. If you're not sure, approximately guess, based upon their age. They will ask for the parent or guardian who is responsible for the child's name, address, and phone number. Then there will be a series of boxes to check off, and the boxes will be, I've pulled them out of school for medical leave. They have been temporarily suspended and are now schooling at home. Or there's going to be one box that says homeschool, and you just check it off. And you hand it back to them and you're done. There is one other thing they'll ask you, actually now that I think about it, that's not quite true. It's not on the form, but they will ask you is, what are you teaching your child? In some states, such as Alabama and Tennessee that I referred to earlier, you have to actually list the publisher, the publishing dates, and all of the details of everything you're teaching your child. Mississippi doesn't care. Mississippi just wants to know that you're not sticking them in front of a television and turning it on and calling that school. If you have picked your curriculum and you know, for instance, I am using Bob Jones' 6th grade kit, then put on there Bob Jones University 6th grade curriculum. If you're a little more eclectic like I am and you have 3 or 4 different things that you're pulling from, then you can put on generals, I am using BJU 8th grade history, BJU 8th grade science, Alpha Omegas, Horizons 3rd grade math. That sounds really weird there. Anyway, I'm just pulling things out of it. You can just list those generals, and that's all you have to do. They just want to know that your child is learning something and that you have a game plan and you're not putting them in front of the television and calling it school. So basically that's it. You go down Grove Street, you fill out your form before September 15th. Their contact information, your contact information, your general game plan, you turn it in, and as far as the state of Mississippi is concerned, you're done until next September 15th. Okay? Now, state of Mississippi, simple, taken care of.